Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm honored to be joining you virtually on this very important day. This probably isn't how you imagined your graduation would be. But the important thing to remember is that you're here, you're safe, and you've achieved a very big goal today. So give yourself a moment to take that in. I'm Rajan Anandan. For those of you who don't know me, I'm currently one of the managing directors of Sequoia Capital India, a venture capital firm. I started my career at McKinsey & Company in Chicago and then went on to Dell, Microsoft, and eventually Google, where I led Google's business in India and Southeast Asia. But a long time ago, before any of that, I was where you are now, except I didn't graduate at such an unusual time in the world. To think that when you started this graduate degree program, you did not know that you'd be grateful for any face-to-face interaction, or that simple act of going to a coffee shop or a restaurant would be something you would yearn for so much. One thing's for sure, some people may forget when they graduated, but you are never going to forget that you graduated in the middle of COVID-19. Think about this. There have never been graduating classes in human history that have had fully online commencements. This year, all over the world, you are joined by students going through the same experience as you. Graduating in a time like this may make you feel uncertain. You may feel worried about the world, about the future, and about things that are out of your control. And that's okay, and that's normal. But let me try in the next few minutes to give you a glimpse of what you can control versus what you cannot. The most prolific leaders I have met and interacted with throughout my career have all had several common traits. All of them embody the true spirit of being grateful. They're all very humble. They're resilient, and all of them focus on the things they can control. These include leaders like Sundar Pichai, Michael Dell, and Nandan Nilenkani. Grateful, humble, resilient, and focused on what they can control. I learned the importance of gratefulness and resilience early in my life. I grew up in Sri Lanka during a 30-year civil unrest and ethnic conflict between the Sinhalese and the Tamils. My background is actually a mix of these two ethnic groups. I'm half Sinhalese and half Tamil. When I was 15, my brother and I narrowly escaped death. We were on our way home from school on the day that 50,000 Sri Lankans died. In front of us and behind us, people were pulled out of their cars and killed right in front of us. The only reason we were spared that day is because we were able to converse in both languages spoken during the conflict, and so we could speak the language they were looking for. That day has taught me that I'm simply grateful to be alive. A situation like that can also make you very hateful. But I chose not to be. I chose to be grateful instead. I wake up each morning, I'm alive and well, and I try and live my life to the fullest. It's an incredibly difficult time in the world today, and all of you might ask, why now, why me? But difficulties of all shapes and sizes will happen to you throughout your career, professional life, and personal life. This is not the first, and it's definitely not the last time that you will face adversity. You will have many big wins, but you will also have many setbacks. Learning how to cope and how to be resilient in the face of challenges will determine how successful you will be. The situation going on around us is primarily out of our control. However, there are many things you can control, like how you act, what you do, who you spend time with, how you treat others, how you react to situations. Actions you take, decisions you make, and how you make others feel. You can control how you build your professional reputation in relationships, your honesty and transparency with everyone you meet, and every transaction you make. You can be respectful to everyone. These cornerstones will ensure your personal and business success in decades to come. Ask yourself what you're doing every day to improve and focus on what you can control. If you do this every day, then the power of long-term thinking creates compounding growth. When I finished graduate school, I was laser focused on finding a job so that I could take care of my family, my mother and my younger brother. My father passed away when I was a teenager, and I wanted to really make sure that my family was taken care of. Interestingly, I wanted to work for a US automotive company, a manufacturing company that made cars, but I couldn't because none of them hired international students at the time. I ended up at McKinsey instead. And many years later, I found myself leading Google's business in India and Southeast Asia. If I had got that job at one of the US automotive companies, who knows what a completely different path I'd be on right now. So even if you can't control the exact job opportunity you want or the circumstances right now, there's a bigger part for you to play. When I find an opportunity for myself, I give it absolutely everything I've got. And I do it as long as I can and as long as I'm having a great time doing it. Whatever you choose to do it intensely, do it with gratitude, and give it enough time to really learn and grow through it. Pick something that you're excited about and really give it a go. Every job I've had, I've done it for years. I want you to change the world through your patience, determination, endurance, and innovation. I believe in moonshot thinking and big ideas. I believe that anything is possible. But when you think big, a lot of ideas fail and don't succeed. So if you want a lot of success, you have to be very comfortable with failure too. Your choices going forward will take you to places you can't even imagine right now. That's what's exciting about graduating. You have no idea where you'll be in years to come. With a combination of gratefulness, resilience, and focusing on what you can control, I have no doubt that each of you will go on to impact and change the world, your families, your teams, and most importantly, yourselves. Congratulations, class of 2020, and I wish all of you all the very best. Thank you.